Get down to the Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Fay Farms, where's the beef at? Contact Jimmy Fay. Family Landscaping, make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ. The Black River Ale House, where the Romans go. Dura Products, who's got the pipe? Jimmy Fay's got the pipe. Contact Jimmy Fay for irrigation, drainage, pool, and spa. You building a new house, contact Jimmy Fay. He's got your stuff. The B-Dry System. Your basement's wet? Get a hold of B-Dry. Believe in 271. Nobody fights alone. Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, your local representative. George Kaler, Sales and Service. Liberty Affordable Housing. Rome Sign and Display Company. Nice Scoba. The men and women in blue, thank you for what you do. Robert Dix Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix. Tri-City Lacrosse. 40 years of summer fun. Master Vito Hyundai. Contact the sales force. CRM Rental Management. The Clinton Tractor and Implement Company. Contact the Caledona family.
Hello, Yeti Nation.
Hello, Greg Beach. Hello, Yeti Nation. What's up, everybody? We're back.
We are back and ready to roll. We've taken a little break. Yeti didn't quite go as far as they wanted to this year, but their season ended early. We've took a little time off of box lacrosse, and now we are all fired up and ready to go. We're going to have a special guest on later with Sully, so hopefully we'll be able to talk to him and see he's going to fill us in on what you had a bunch of your Yeti guys go down to Nashville.
Yeti, the Bank City went down to Nashville for a tournament down there last year that they had won, or they went down there this year, but they were down there last year and they won. So they went a bunch of Yeti guys, one of the same, went down and banged away and had a great time down in Nashville. And Shannon Sullivan, our goalie, Bank City goalie, he was a MVP recipient. And I want to talk to him, see how he's doing, and see what the fire is.
Muted myself already. So Sully's only been playing for 3-4 years now. It's awesome to see. So he's down there, gets the MVP. I mean, there's been a lot of action though in the NLL. I mean, we'll kind of talk onto that here for a little while before we get Sully on. But oh my goodness, have you been paying attention to this transaction wire at all?
You want to know what? Yes, actually, I have. I've gotten into it a little bit more this year, as far as I've been watching a couple different sites and checking out what's going on, and I'm getting fired up for the fact that I'm being at the Albany home opener against the Bandits. They got the championship champions coming into the house, so I'm pretty fired up about that. Going to be there, and then the following weekend I'm going to be at watching the banner get raised in Buffalo for their home opener. So I'm excited. I'm getting into this. It's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting, especially after everything that's happened. This whole year has been just incredible in regards to the being in the Nexus. Everything that transpired throughout the NABLL season, getting a playoff game, from the playoff game, getting into Laxney. Laxney was an incredible experience. I had an opportunity to hang out with a bunch of different people, meet a whole new bunch of people, and watch some incredible lacrosse game after being in the igloo was incredible.
USA blue and USA white in there.
Birdie, there's one video that you guys got where Birdie's coming over the top and he stuffs it back corner. And it's like, oh, yeah, that was great. And to have his uncle who lives, his cousin that lives right here in Lee, right up the road from me. He's in my box, not my box, but the Yeti box, hanging out and watching his cousin do what he was doing. I'm like, this is incredible. It was awesome.
Anybody who doesn't know
Yeah.
who Birdie is, he's talking Charlie Bertrand. So where was he actually? He's a local. Was he Rome, Whitesboro?
No, he's in Baldwinsville. He's a
Oh,
315 guy. Don't get me wrong. That's the one team that was the albatross around my neck in high school was Baldwinsville. It was the one team that we never beat in any sport that I played on. And as far as we played them in sectionals way back when, so I've always had this not hatred, but dislike about the old school
a rivalry. It's a rivalry.
rivalry. Well, not even. Yeah, it was a rivalry.
Well,
But
not
anyhow,
really so much for you
he's a
guys,
he's
but
a Baldwinsville guy. He's a Baldwinsville guy with his father went to RFA. So as far as there's a lot of great people from the Rome Free Academy alumni that either they went to Baldwinsville or they stopped in West Genesee and produced some incredible lacrosse players.
yeah.
I wish they would have stuck around because some great ones have gone through. But anyhow, as far as Birdie, he made a name for himself. I think he did a great job at the Laxnate tournament. Spinella, all of them. My OMG, man,
Well, and
you
here's
watched.
here's what's funny because you said that. So Albany's their first two games is the December 1st. They're playing at Vegas, and I believe Bertrand's still playing for the Desert Dogs, unless I'm
Yes, he
mistaken.
is. Yep,
And
yep.
yeah, and then the Bandits, which will be December 9th, which I will be at as well. I've got my season tickets for the Firewolves. I'm all set. We're ready to go for that. But yeah, like you were talking about,
Hello, Yeti Nation.
wrong one there. Lax Night was absolutely a blast. I mean,
It
the
was
amount of
everything
talent.
that everything that you could have wanted to see, whether it was at the youth level, if it was at the women's level. Women's level was right there. I mean, once these girls get to women get to playing a little bit more, and it's happening. There's going to be some very, very talented women's box players. And then, of course, obviously in the men's division, it was just wow, up and down the field, talent. As far as physical play, Team USA, White made it all the way.
Blue, wasn't or
And
it was white. Yes, that's right.
yeah, wasn't it?
I have to look it
Yeah,
up now. I've been a lot of stuff that's happened between now and then, but yeah.
yeah,
So
I'm pretty sure it was White. It was
you're
White
probably right. I'm not doubting you.
because Birdie was on blue.
Oh, okay.
And as far as from what I remember, and I didn't do, I was there a whole bunch. You was there a whole bunch. We were there a whole bunch, and some
Yeah.
incredible lacrosse. And then that fired up the wicket, and just been hanging around, doing like you said, as far as getting ready for the 2024 season, and watching guys play lacrosse. As far as Yeti are getting out into the Canadian box field, or not field, but the rinks. Chris Ryan, he jumped up into a Canadian a team to play in the ALL.
Oh, he's playing in the
So
Arena Lacrosse League?
yeah, he's up on
Who's
a
he
team
playing
up there.
for?
Oh, you're gonna pull that one out there, and I just pulled that off my hip because if Justin Warner's watching, he's one of the assistant coaches. Him and Thorpe got picked up by not Saskatchewan. It's all sugar and spice. I'll find it out. I'll try and scroll while we're chatting. But yeah, no. As far as a lot of good things happened in the off months as far as that goes. But yeah, just been getting fired up, like I said, for the NLL, especially being able to be in the facilities for exactly that home opener. Albany gets their dons their new black jerseys, and they're
Yeah,
hosting the
they're looking fresh. They
champion.
got Marshall Powell. I see they got a bunch of the updated photos now. Really
Yeah,
excited. You got Sturos back on the roster. I seen, and so I got to film him a lot. Playing for the Can-Am. But yeah, no. So I've got the Arena Lacrosse League up. I'll start going through the rosters here. But yeah, those black jerseys are definitely fresh. But I tell you that the amount of I mean, we might as well jump into it now since we're talking about it. But the
we're
amount
talking about it.
of stuff that's happening is just it's crazy to keep up with. And like it's early in the season, so I mean some of this, the injuries, are they real injuries or guys just taking a couple weeks off, guys that have made the team while some other guys are trying? like you got Dylan Robinson is now, he's back on the active roster. That's what I mean. You might have guys just taking some time off. I mean, the amount of movement and injuries that happen, I noticed on here. So like the Mammoth, they were slamming through here. Bryce Tolmay, he was one of the guys that played in that PBLA. He was a
Yeah.
Yeah, he played for the Trenton team. He was a really good player. Fortunate team. I watched him score 4 goals in a game. I think he was absolutely on fire.
Was that
Uh,
that kid there? He was the one that had the game winner against Syracuse, the inaugural game there. Is that the kid that went off? I mean, I might.
no, no, wrong team. He didn't play for the All Americans. He played for the Trenton Terror.
Okay, my bad. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
they
I'm
were in
thinking,
the inaugural game. But yeah,
gotcha.
so unfortunately he didn't make it. Dylan Ward, that's a huge loss for Colorado. Placed on the unable to perform list. That could definitely, but hopefully it's nothing major and he's just going to take a little time off. Ty Thompson, another guy who played in the PBLA, he's been traded to Panther City from Colorado, and a couple of holdouts. But like I said, the big name that I caught with what was going on with Colorado is Dylan Ward. And how is Dylan Ward? Because with him being injured, that's a big, that could
It's
be a big deal. But it could just be a little nick. Yeah,
playing in the is it the cup up in Canada, and
yeah, playing up in the Man Cup in the summer.
they got the time and experience and everything like that. Let's give them a couple extra reps. I know myself. I went hunting this weekend. I just walked 3 miles. I know what my knees feel like. I can only imagine what these guys are starting to. They're getting some.
Yeah, they might be in a little bit better shape than you, but it does take
Yeah,
a toll on your
there's
body,
no
like you
question.
said, playing that all year. And like
Yeah,
Lyle playing, box lacrosse all year instead of playing field, how will that affect him? But so actually, I noticed Georgia cut Jerome Thompson, who is actually like we called him Heine. He wasn't on the Albany roster, so I'm thinking he's not playing this year, at least not playing there. And I didn't see him on the Albany team. We'll keep scrolling down through. But yeah, and then like you said, when you get down to Halifax, that's the top 2 names right here for the Halifax. You had Cody Jamieson and Randy Stotts, both on
yeah,
the.
yeah. That was the other one. That was Stotts. Yeah,
Yeah, that's huge. That's a big loss, but again, you don't know. Are they just banged up? I mean, there's no question. Yes, they had to make their final teams today. Everybody knows Cody Jamison's on the team, and Randy Stott's obviously on the team. That was cool getting to watch him and Lax and I.
Again, I mean, the players that we've seen there were incredible. But how about a Bake from the Maine Northman? Incredible tryout with
He had a
USA that I had watched. Then got the shot with the Philly Wings, and just awesome stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah, no, it's awesome stuff. And then as you scroll through, so like Panther City and a lot of these teams are gonna be looking new. And I mean, huge news. And I can't believe we forgot to cover this when we started talking.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
shout out.
shout out to Sean Evans. He's one of those guys like he's not the biggest guy, he's not the fastest guy, he's not the strongest guy, but he is all heart out there. They brought him up to Vancouver, who was struggling last year, and when he got up there, he was a spark plug. I mean, nobody thought he was going to make them make the playoffs, but he made games matter. He made the games more exciting. Fans were in the seats, I'm sure, to watch him play because he's one of those passionate players that when you go watch him, you're watching, you're going to see a good game. You're going to see
You're
that man
going.
right there put out his heart and soul. And yeah, so that was, he retired. Unfortunate for all of us. We won't be able to watch him play anymore, but kudos to him for he did have a legendary career.
Yeah, the amount of times it's sad that I just getting into this, and some of these great players are hanging it up. But it gives you an opportunity to watch the young and the restless, we'll call them. There's going to be some great players filling in. From what I've seen here in Utica, there's great players right across the board, eager to what was it? The UC the
UCBLA, the college box program.
UCBLA, that college when the
Yeah.
championships were here. That was phenomenal. There's a young man, and I don't know. He played on the Dragons, but I believe he made the Philadelphia Wings team. And crazy, awesome players. Great. I mean, the talent level that's coming through, I'm excited to watch these kids grow because it's some serious athletes coming through that are ready to play ball.
Yeah.
I you know,
All right, which team? I need to know which team is it that he's coaching for. Here's the teams in the ALL, and then we'll get back on to the NLL. But I'm scrolling through. Is it Peterborough Timberman?
Peterborough, hold on one second. Why don't I just do this and look at Ryan's a post that I know I talked to him about it. RYAN. Chris Ryan, there he is. Thank you. Congratulations on getting drafted. Yeah, that's how smart I am. I don't even say who you got drafted by, but I said congratulations anyhow.
Yeah.
I can find it. Give me a second here. As far as him and Gail Thorpe, they both got picked up by Justin sent it to me. So why don't I do this? Justin, where are you there, squirrel? I thought he'd be on, but obviously it is hunting season up there. I know he's got a great job doing some hunting up in the great outdoor up in Canadian wetlands. Or I can't even find his name there. Sorry about that. But anyhow, yeah. As far as other opportunity, Patty Crosby did a great job. Had an opportunity to get a shot with the Philadelphia for a little while there. He was in the practice rounds, so
Yeah.
great to see a lot of guys getting a lot of opportunities still.
It's such a fine line, and when you're talking these roster spots, there's not very many of them. Each team's only going to be able to keep two goalies. You might have a guy that you can call in for practices, but you can't tie up the roster spot with him all the time. But again, as you look through here, I noticed Tom Schreiber on the injury reserve list as well. That could be a huge thing for Toronto.
Toronto needs that. As far as that's huge for Toronto. But again, how many more miles are on that Legends treads?
Yeah.
There's the body can only take so much, and when he's out there, it's go. It's 1,000. They're moving.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely a tough game. And I mean, you look through the Bandits, they're you were telling me that you saw Nanticoke on the Bandits thing, so I'll be
Manitouk
looking through here.
was I thought I read someplace he was on the unable to perform list or one of the lists there.
They
Him and Oshawa for see, one of my boys just hooked me up. Bobby Leary's paying attention. Bob's on for Chris Ryan, Oshawa.
Oshawa Outlaws.
Yep, that's the one.
Got it.
Thank
Oh,
you, Robert T.
yes, so he's on the Oshawa Outlaws, but unfortunately, I'm trying to look at the roster and they don't have the roster on the website. Looks
Well, I
like
think they're still in the training. If I'm not tryout concept, if I'm not mistaken, they're just getting into the. He was drafted.
gotcha. They've got the camps going right now and everything.
Yeah, they got their camps going right now. Yes.
And it probably gets really tough there as it goes through because now you're starting to get some of these guys getting cut, showing
Now
up.
you're getting, yes.
Yeah, that's got to be tough to be there.
And now because of the PBLA, these guys who tried out last year for PBLA weren't allowed to play in the come back and play in this league. Remember that?
Yes.
So much has happened in 1 year, man. It's crazy.
It's been crazy.
Yeah, it has been crazy. But but now these guys are getting the opportunity to get to show what they got, and it's great to see. I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean they'll be playing with definitely some of the best guys, up there in that Arena Lacrosse League. It's unfortunate, the PBLA didn't work out for us Americans, but it is what it is. Stephen Keogh, though, that's a big loss for the Nighthawks. He's on the physically unable to perform list. It's like the old hockey injuries when you used to read the transaction. It's like upper body, lower body, and those were vague, and they've somehow found a way to make it, even more vague.
They add up, that's for sure.
Yes,
they add up, and it isn't a sport for everybody. It's a sport for a lot of us, and I'm loving it. I've set the field stick down and said this is no longer fun.
And
It's
there's
like football. It's like NFL football. That's what field lacrosse is now. Box lacrosse is where it's at.
Zach Belter. He was another Team USA player, and he played for the Tuscarora Tomahawks up at the President's Cup. And he is on the physically unable to perform list now for the Bandits. Unfortunate for him, he's hurt, but great young player. He is going to be phenomenal as he gets older. I had a chance to watch him play a lot. He's great. He's just a stud though. You see him too. He's a physical specimen. He's like 3 foot taller than I am, and just he's like a gazelle
There's some
out there, but
monsters. These
strong. Yeah,
guys, there's not a lot of little guys out there. There's some,
which is
but
all.
most of these guys they're my size and bigger, and it's like Jesus,
Yeah, which
these
makes
guys
it
are
even
huge.
more impressive when you look at like what Sean Evans was able to do at 5'8" and have a
5'8"
17-year
for
career.
19 years. He did it. 19 years. That's awesome stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's kudos to him. Firewolves, they
They got their
kid,
captains,
yeah,
Colton Watson, Ethan Walker, and Nick. I'm not going to try it. How do you say that?
Tchaikovsky. But I tell you
Yeah,
what, so that was a big loss for them as Brett Manny retired. He was the captain. He's been, I think, 15 years he
I
played.
think that's what I read, something like that. Yeah, he was longevity.
Yeah, he's no, he's been a force, and he's played for them back when they were the New England Black Wolves, and even before that, I'm trying to remember where they came from, somewhere down south a little bit. He played for him down there too. American box player, from like Pennsylvania, Ohio area. So it was cool to watch him have the career he did. I loved watching him play. Unfortunately, he's not playing anymore. The guy Colton Watkinson's been playing for the Firewolves, been playing under him. He's one of those guys. When you watch him play, he's all heart. He gets a transition goal or two, gets guys fired up, gets down the floor. He's a blast.
What number is he?
Watkinson, I think he's 17.
17. Now that's what I was going to say. Yeah, yeah. For games that I was there last year and watched.
You
Yeah,
know him when you see him because he's a beast. He'll scrap a little bit. He doesn't like to. I can remember actually like he's not looking for it. Somebody took a cheap shot at somebody though, and he just came flying over, and he doesn't fight, and just it was like, oh, okay. So it's not that he doesn't fight. He just chooses not to most of the time. But he did not appreciate what happened. So I'm not surprised to see him be the captain. They made a phenomenal choice with that. I can't wait for the Firewolf season. Like I said, it's unfortunate for Brett Manny, but and then Kieran McCardle retired too. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It wasn't the box. I don't think was as good for him as playing in the field, and I can't blame him. You know why?
it's a
You
different
you
beast.
and you got
It's
sixes
a
now
different
too, and
beast.
you with what's going on with the Olympics and stuff, you don't want to learn the box game. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't blame it at all. I think it makes you a better player, obviously, but with the rebounds. But if you're not going to play in a competitive thing with rebounds, why practice in it all the time?
That's
Off
it
the
right
end
there.
wall. You
Yeah.
you have some rebounds, but oh, Charles Scanlon. I thought it was Chase Scanlon from the was released. I was gonna say, oh man, he was a he played for the Bats the year before, and then he was with Vancouver last year. But I thought he was released. He's probably still up in Vancouver. But yeah, there he is right there, Kieran McCardle on the retired list.
Retirement. Yep.
Unfortunate, but like I said, I can't say I blame him. It is a tough sport. I would not be out there playing in this.
Not that level.
No.
Those to watch them play, it's an awesome sport. As far as uh, to the battle of the history of the sport. That's again a great thing about it is the history that's there is history to the damn sport. These rest of these other games, it's just a game. There's the reason, the when you went and you battled inside the rink, or it's toughening you up for the battle that you're going to potentially find in this world. And some people can do it, some people can't. And you know what? To the Warriors on the court, that's for sure. There's
Yeah.
no question. There's no question that not everybody can do it.
No, I just saw Hunter Lemieux, another one of the Tomahawks players. He was just released from the Nighthawks there last week. But I tell you, the Tomahawks are very well represented when you're looking through here. At least I've seen quite a few of their names. So kudos to James for what he's doing out in Tuscarora. He actually just became the president of the First Nations League. He called me while I was up at hunting camp. Had a chance to talk to him for a little bit. Pretty excited for what he's got going on there. Big plans. I mean, he did a lot. We streamed a lot of games because of him out west. So I can't wait to see what he wants to do as he takes over for the lead of that league. But uh,
Didn't Allegheny didn't Rod and those guys get a new team in a league as well?
the more dudes from Albany has joined the Can-Am
Oh,
League.
that's what. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
so
More dudes.
so more
Yeah,
dudes from Albany has joined the Can-Am League, and they will be playing. And they picked up, I think Allegheny picked up a junior team, so they've picked up a couple
that's what
teams
it
in
was.
the First Nations League. They picked up more dudes, then they picked up Allegheny now has a junior B team. Awesome. Hot Rod's going to be coaching it. We got to get Hot Rod on here. I can't wait to talk to him. I haven't caught up with him in a while, actually. I need to talk to him, so
I
excited to.
I definitely got to give more shout out. We were conversing last night a little bit watching football, but we're not talking football. That's done with. As far as I'm not going there. We'll go that route. As far as the opportunity to talk about the Bang City guys, I'm looking at Austin Curtis was there, Tommy Cran was there, Jamie Vanu was there, Jimmy Fay was there, Al Snow was there, Sully was there, Peter Leota, Casey Swamp, who else is that? DeMays was there, Brandon Davis, Nick Suits, and that's all I'm seeing there. But as far as like I said, we talked earlier, it was a good tournament and all that good stuff. A lot of those guys played in the Can-Ams. As far as Casey Swant, he played in the ALL back in the day, and a lot of good lacrosse being played throughout.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, there's good lacrosse being played all over the place. That's it's awesome that the guys get to play. So from what I've heard from that Nashville tournament, unfortunately we were gonna go out there and then we had a bunch of stuff happen and I fell off the face of the earth. I see I actually had a message from those guys. I got to respond. I still have not. I sent you. I need to get on there. I clicked Instagram to link your the Yeti Instagram to in the description today, and I
Yeah.
noticed I have a lot of messages. I don't have the app on my phone, so yeah, I haven't been on the computer in a bit. I have been just not on
Well, that's
those
where we got to
programs.
let people know that they need to check out the Crafty Beach and items there, because it is that time of the season where Crafty Beach has been working double time, not only with the Blue Squatch Productions, but being as crafty as she is.
Oh yeah, she's got calendars and benches, all stuff getting posted soon. Yeah, we made a bunch of benches. It's impressive what she's done. We got a couple bowls put together. Yeah, definitely check out the Crafty Beach on Facebook and Instagram. I think it is she posts. I should have, talked to her and found out which one she wanted me to tag. Probably would have made this a little bit more helpful, but we're good like
Yeah,
that.
well, you don't know what Necker's going to pull out of his pocket. So, with that being said, it's that kind of it is that kind of the season. I don't know if that can be seen. Can it be seen? Oh, let me get it in there. If you're able to get a hold of anybody and you want a little stuffing stalker, it's Worm Burner by Ty Hill. I can't quite. It's not a. It's a book. It's Ty Hill's lacrosse. A lacrosse story by Ty Hill, and I've gone through it. The guy's got some talent. I want to give a little shout out to Ty, because you want to know what? Shout out for taking the. You got to have some nuts to do some of this stuff. You got to have an opportunity. We'll say this: as a worm bird, you got to have balls, and you want to know what? It talks about that. And shout out to Ty Hill. Great book. And if you're looking for a little stocking stuffer and want a story for kids to read, it's definitely a well worth your investment, and something that you want to know what kids can pass on down the line as tradition goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And so
Yeah.
we're showing it now. Check out Four by Hill. He's got all kinds of stuff. He's got the book on there as well. But I mean, as you check out the rest of the stuff Ty's got, he's got heads, stickers, hoodies, books now. I mean, he really he's got it all now. Now
He
he
was
has the
announcing
books.
at those the championship games during the fall. There, he was there helping doing the announcing. Came down and helped out. It was great to have him in the igloo. That's for sure. It was
Yeah.
fun. It was fun. Also, Nora's Candy Shop right there. I'm just looking at the sign that's in front of me, and you know, support your local businesses, people. With that, I'll sit there and sports are us. It doesn't say it here, but in regards, if you want some great apparel, check it out. It's on my Facebook link. I'm probably definitely don't have it on the website because I'm delinquent that way. But as far as if you're looking for some Yeti apparel, hold on one second. I'm just gonna be bold and hopefully my big old belly doesn't show, but I don't know if you can see it. This is a sweet shirt that we got going on, and I don't know if you can read it says Utica Yeti inside the trees there. That's on the website. It's definitely a hot, and on the backside, it's got the steal your face with the Yeti on it. That's one of the hot sellers right now.
Yeah.
There it is. Sports R Us. The locker room is open.
Check out
Featured.
the Yeti store.
Yeah, check it out. Christmas is coming as far as sales or delivery. You order stuff, and probably most of the stuff that you got is going to be here way before Christmas time. I just made an order the other day, and he said it'll be here midweek this week. So
Link is
that's
now in
good
the
stuff.
description.
As far as the cool thing that I'm loving is the size of the.
You don't have to show them, Paul. I got all the shirts going
It's
up.
all right there. It's there. It's there. It's cool stuff. It's great stuff. Check it out. We tried to keep everything as cheap as possible. That's the one thing I'm not a store person, but everything is, it is, there's no profit. I can tell you that much.
Well, the problem is the dollar's not worth as much anymore, so everything just costs more. It is
And
what it
that's the
is.
problem is everything it does. I mean, there's sneakers, there's bags, you can have the bags with numbers and everything put on. You contact Mr. Boss and he will make sure that you're hooked up.
Yeah, they got everything. Look at all that. Boom. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
even get the bucket.
You can get the bucket hat, man. Oh yeah. Sneakers. Where are you going with some Yeti sneaks?
Yeti
Need some
sneaks.
and if there's something that you guys want, let me know. We'll talk to them and we'll get something done and made up, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, Sports R Us. Link is in the description, so check it out.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah, it's Christmas time. It's
Christmas
Christmas
time. Buy
time.
your favorite. Buy your favorite Yeti a pair of slippers.
Slippers, moccasins. It's great stuff, Beecher.
Yeah. And then I accidentally clicked off the other things, and that's what kind of got us screwed up there. But yeah, no, great stuff. I mean, I am just super excited for, like you said, I'm not a football guy at all. And basically, once lacrosse season rolls around for me, it's time to, kind of get to sit, watch lacrosse again. And I absolutely love it. I don't think there's anything better than, we go down with the kids. And even though Jared has never played sports, it's still just such a fun time. Like both of our kids just absolutely love going down there. It's, I think the most exciting game on 2 feet. I don't know how anybody wouldn't watch it.
Well, that's because you want to know what you're a fanatic. That's the fun part about
That's
it.
what it
You're into
means.
the game. That's being at those games is getting into it. As far as I love watching it when they score against the other team, whoever it is.
We got
You and the
Josh.
big guy that's down in front of you. You
Yeah.
guys get you yelling, going. We got to work on it. I'm telling you, three of them, and then you suck. You got to throw that in there. Put it right into their face.
Not even yet. It was all their
And
fault. Andrew sucked.
Polly Chestnuts there. As far as you guys got a beautiful arena. That's for darn sure. It's huge.
Yeah.
That's a huge arena, and let's get some fans out there and let's rock the place because you got the Riptide, you got Albany, you got Rochester, and you got Buffalo. What a great rivalry setup you got right along the
I
New
tell you,
York
but
freeway.
Albany needs to work on it a little bit because Buffalo's the way they travel and the way, oh my goodness, that fan base is something to see. That is impressive. Have you? I mean, you've
There we
never
are.
been to a Bandits game, you said, right?
No, and I'm very excited because I'm going to be at the home opener this year for raising of the banner. So that's going to be Bandit Land. I've watched it on TV and you see it, and
It's insane though. There's nothing like a Bandit game. I will say that. As much I'm a Firewolves fan, but yeah, no, there's nothing like a Bandit game. And so Saskatchewan though, they're coming back into this year. They had a rough year last year. They ended up trading Marshall Powell to the Firewolves. Halifax, not that they had such a rough year, but they did not have the year they wanted. They obviously thought they should have gone a little farther. But I tell you, I going into that first week, and you got to wonder. You see Cody Jameson's banged up already. Last year he came out on fire, and then as the year went on, he kind of slowed a little bit. So I mean, it makes you wonder: is Halifax, how young are they? Tyson Bell's not getting any younger.
yeah,
They've
Hill
they
in goal. I know Hill in goal he played in a ton of tournaments that I watched throughout this year. That kid was in every tournament possible, so he's doing nothing but getting better.
oh yeah, yeah, Warren Hill, he is all over the place. There's
Yeah,
a they definitely have. Yeah, I mean Tarafinko, they've got some young players, but they're big players. Most of them are definitely not getting any younger, and I would think that they have to start making moves, to try to make it their year, and this could be their year. But the last couple of years, like the year before they started out, they were like 0 and or 7-0 or 8-0, and then they just kind of fell apart halfway through the season. I think finding a way to keep those guys healthy, couple young guys. It'll be an interesting year for them. Saskatchewan obviously wants to bounce back, but here, I mean, the first game we're not going to because it's in Vegas, unless anybody wants to fly us out to Vegas and take us to watch the
let
Desert
me let
Dogs.
me talk to Birdie. Maybe he can hook us up.
Yeah, so maybe tickets if we get out there. But so that'll be the first game, Vegas. For being such a new team, that's impressive. And I see we've got a team coming to Montreal. It just got announced.
Yeah, the Rock's going. No, isn't it the Rock's playing
Toronto's
a?
moving. Are they
Yeah,
just going to play a
no,
game
they're
there,
doing a anniversary not an anniversary, but you know
like a
uh,
travel game, like when the NLL or the
exactly
NFL goes to London or whatever. They're going to
exactly.
Montreal. It's a little travel game.
Yep. Well, there used to be a Montreal team. That's what way back in the
Yeah.
day, and they're giving a tribute game to obviously boasted in Canada a little bit more as well.
Yeah. I'll have to talk to my main man Owen for the Roughnecks when they fire up. You got, Panther City, Vancouver. That'll be. I mean, they're all great games, but I tell you, this will be a big game for Calgary. They played great last year. Rochester started out the year amazing, and then they petered out quick. Once Connor Fields kind of got hurt, and things just shut way down for them.
Yeah, they had a big signing. Seth Van Spuffen, is that how you,
Uh,
the Roughnecks did? He signed
Ah,
a 3-year deal, so I'm figuring that you want to know what, he's probably a key cog to the system,
yeah, I'll have to talk to Owen. I'm sure he'll know all about him. He'll fill me in with the details. Riptide obviously hoping to have a better year than last year. They struggled. They it seemed like if their main man wasn't scoring, they were done.
right? Right.
And really, you can't count on just one guy scoring all your goals for you. So I mean,
Well,
when Teague had
that's
a
where
bad day, it was
that's what
just
killed Rochester last year.
yeah, same thing.
You got, yeah, that's what destroyed them. And then we haven't even talked about Philadelphia really at all. I mean, there's some key aspects. They had another sign, Curtis Romanich, whatever his name is, but they got some great players down there too. It's
Oh
great
yeah.
watching stuff.
Well, I mean, just look at they had everybody was expecting their offense to be a little bit more. They had Resiteris, Rambo, down there, and they
And then
were
to watch them play in the Team USA. Come on now, those guys were beasts.
yeah, Rambo's a beast.
They were just a beast. And then to watch everything, oh, that was incredible. It was
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, that was cool to be able to sit there and stream those games. That was an awesome opportunity,
Here's
really.
Steve. I was loving listening to Steve's. He's talking it through, and I'm sitting there after I've listened it to probably 50 times now and watched it 50 times but just to listen to Steve Stamp talking through, and then somebody was standing up, get out of the way, type of thing. It was good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, it was impressive. The amount of energy at those games was really second to none. So I mean, as we get going, what do we got going on with the Yeti right now? Are you guys playing open floor nights or what's happening?
We're open floor nights right now. As far as we were running the last 3 weeks, great numbers as far as for the first couple of weeks. We're getting ready to change it up. We're going back to Wednesday nights. We have been running on Sunday nights with one of our travel teams is in there practicing using the boards. Not necessarily what we're but anyhow, yeah, we was playing on Sunday nights, but starting in December we're going to be going Wednesday nights at 8:30 at the Nexus Center, and we're going to be jamming out right till March. In middle of March, we're firing it up early this year. We started later last year thinking that's the way we wanted to go, and it's not the way we want to go. We want the guys together as much as possible. Everything is now in place with the Nexus Center. Everything, the world's seen the place. It's an incredible place to play at, be at, and we're going to do as much as we can, possibly looking at maybe a mid-season. Not mid-season, but if we can sneak one in there before the season starts, a mid-March.
Some preseason games, get some exhibition games going.
Get an exhibition game in there. Well, we are already committed to a potential tournament coming up in April, and so that's part of the reason is we want to get the team put together to go to this potential tournament that's possibly going to be happening, and be as complete, not necessarily complete, because we're going after the college kid as well, but there's a whole nother scenario there is we're looking at possibly getting a college team put together. I don't think it's going to happen this year with that UCBLA league.
Just call it Boxla.
Yeah, it's all Boxla, but they want it in the arenas where there's a NLL team. So there's no NLL team in Utica right now, but there's a Utica Yeti, and you want to know what? We're going to do something with growing some more of this lacrosse. That, and we're also looking at getting our women's program up and running. We've got a couple time slots that we're trying to decipher when's the best time. When would women, high school kids want to come and play box inside the Nexus? Is it mid afternoon on Sunday, or is it maybe a Monday night?
Thursday
what's the best
night or something? Yeah, trying to figure out what
and that's
works.
The biggest thing. We got there's a good 2 handfuls of women in this area. We need women from the outskirts. So it's either
the best way for anybody to get a hold of you guys for that, to try to organize it, or to maybe get information, would be how?
Is go to tricitylacrosse.org. On that page, you want to go to our winter programs. What we are saying right now is, because it's the way it's going to definitely get the opportunity for the women and girls to play, is we're offering up a 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th at one point in time. Then we have a 7th, 8th, 9th grade group. Then we also have a varsity group. With that, it's co-ed. Box lacrosse is the same sport. There's no difference. As far as we have the opportunity to be around Team USA with Tony Sorcy and Coach Cap up here in Utica, and it's the same game. She wants the talent level to be at that level. We want to let the guys play with the girls. Obviously, we're not going to allow the physical play. There's difference, but in regards to the pace of the game, the feel of the game, it's just like hockey. You go up through the ranks. This is what you learn at this age group. This is what you're at this age group. So it's all, it's there. It's all going to be transpiring on December 3rd. We start Sunday, December 3rd, and we're rocking it out again at the Nexus Center. From there, again, we're going to be doing men's pickup on Wednesday nights and looking for college guys to want to get a opportunity, a chance, a little taste to see what it's like. Come on down. Yeti will be playing. You're on mute.
No, just to get a chance to put your stick in your hand, even for the kids,
Get
though,
the
to get
stick in
out
the
there.
hand. That's it. As far as learn the basics, as far as
Well, it's you get so many more pickups, you get so many more shots, even if you're just shooting
the
on
reps.
a box goalie, just to be able to, you're aiming for such smaller windows as you're
Yeah,
going through there. Everything happens a little bit faster because it's so condensed. It has to happen faster because there's
it's not a
there's
little bit
somebody on you.
faster. It's so much faster than field
Well, and
lacrosse.
like Coach Tony
The
says all
ball's
the
coming
time, pressure, pressure is everything. It'll make you into
iron
diamonds or it'll
sharpens
turn you into
iron.
dust.
Yeah,
You decide.
iron sharpens iron. So as far as the opportunity to get some runs in, as far as quality goalies have been showing up, Sully's been showing up. Mario's said he's going to be
Well,
coming up once
in that
the.
Nashville tournament that Sully got the MVP in, that's it's similar to, from what I've heard it described, as it's like Laxnai almost, as far as the level of competition. Teams come from all over, and you
Very
get to go to
many of the
Nashville where
same
it's a little
teams.
bit warmer, and yeah, it's a lot of the
Yeah,
same teams, and everybody
yeah, many
enjoys
of
it.
the
It's a
same.
good time. So very competitive tournament. You're
Yeah.
definitely getting great goaltending. You get to learn from a lot of guys that have a lot of experience, depending on especially who shows up on those nights to play. I mean, you've got
Oh,
there's
yeah, we've
legends
had
there, and
Neil
you've got
Paulus. You get
yeah.
Neil Paulus to come in. You got Chris Ryans. You got you got the Jimmy Fays, the Brandon Davises, the Tommy Carams. I'm excited. Hutch says that he's feeling though the leg is rehabilitated and he's
So
going
we're
to
gonna
give it a
lose him on
shot.
commentary. I tell you,
Well,
that's
we're
unfortunate.
gonna lose him on commentary, but if that's the case, you want to know what? It's okay.
I can't blame
Having
him. If
Hutch,
I could run, I'd go out running too.
if you still got it in you, this is the time to do it because it does go away quickly.
Before you know it. But I was just seeing too that so the NLL is going to be they're trying to push on ESPN, so they're going to be on ESPNU a lot. I think that's a smart decision. Get the college kids, the young men watching it. Get the young, you know,
Oh, there's no
people
question.
watching it. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
they'll all
I
be on.
wish the sixes. Get rid of the sixes and put it in. I don't know what's better. You know what? I just don't.
The problem is though is now that they've made sixes into worlds, six
Well, it's
or
all
into
short
the
stick.
Olympics. Right.
Yeah, it's
It's
all
all
short
short.
stick.
Right, but and now that it's going to be in the Olympics, it's just something that's going to be around. I
Right.
feel like, it is what it is. For whatever reason, they don't quite want the physicality of box. I feel, I don't know, the bouncing off the plexiglass every time somebody misses a shot, and now it's up for grabs, and you've got the goalie not sure if he should turn around because it got stuck behind the boards or somebody got it, or if it all of a sudden pops back out and he's doing that.
Some of the quick sticks, bang bang. It's literally bang bang. You're as a goalie, I play every once in a while still, and you're moving one way, and a guy's got the thing, and he's doing a cross shot, and how'd you do that? What are you doing? And then you get the Blaine Stotlers that are picking it up, and all of a sudden it's between his legs as he's 5 foot off the ground because he squats 600 pounds and he launches like a pterodactyl. It's it's great. The speed of the game, the reps that you're getting, even if you're doing a not a hard run, you're getting a workout that is like no other workout. You're
No,
getting that
yeah,
sweat.
yeah,
Even
you're
if you're
after it.
just playing defense and you're
Well,
not doing the full court back and forth, you're
now
going on offense and you're coming off and but you're still getting those runs and it's pretty
speaking
cool.
of your athletes there, and I'll go to this because I clicked on it, but Mario Diaz, he got to come and play
Mario,
out a couple times. Awesome. So
Mario,
I'm gonna call him Super Mario when he comes out to play. So we got to see Super Mario, and I tell you what, he looked great in goal and out of the goal. Super Mario's looking good, and I'm very curious to see your thoughts on this though. Aaron Bold they put as a fifth goalie. Dougie Jamieson. I know you're not nearly as impressed with as I am. And Matt Vince, Dylan Ward, who is we just saw hurt, and then Christian Del Bianco. How do you feel about this goalie rating?
as far as Dougie, I hope the best for Dougie. That's for sure. He's got some coming out right out the gate. He's got to be on this year as far as his outside shot. That's where the inside, the guy's huge. He's a big man. He takes up the whole goal, and and he's still very for being that big, very versatile. He can move. But those outside shots were killing him last year. Killing him.
He dropped a bunch of weight. I think
Yes.
last year, I think that was his problem. Hopefully, he put some weight back on. No, but I mean, he probably he got sick last year. He missed a game like right before, and I don't think he ever quite bounced back. He had
Okay.
it was definitely, but then we got to watch him out in Laxney. He's looking better. I think Dougie's going to completely recover. But Del Bianco, I don't know how many of
Del
those
Bianco.
roughneck games you watch. That guy is, oh my goodness, and he just lasers the pass. He's like, it just every time he gets, it's like I love watching Edmund Cathers too because he is like that. He has a laser pass coming from Onondaga. I'd love to see him get to play with the Iroquois team, hopefully. But yeah, it's gone. Yeah.
That's where Sully is. That's our off season workout. Is we're going to have ourselves a transition this year. We're going to be able to transition because you want to know what that's for the game.
You got the lightning bug back too.
Well, Lightning is down in South Carolina, North Carolina. He took a job down south.
Oh,
he's down in North Carolina. So Lightning is probably going to be looking to. I don't know if he's looking at the Ignite or another team down in that area for the NABLL, but he's. That's the cool thing about what we're doing here is kids are buying into it. They're moving on, and
that's a neat thing with the NABLL.
Each year is something new. That's the cool thing about who's coming in. What college senior has played and liked it, but couldn't play because coaches played on the team, but they're not coaches anymore. They're alumnus. I'm excited for the youth that are. What came through here this past year definitely lit a bug in some of the college kids.
What's up with MacDonald? Are we getting MacDonald back because he was a
buddy? He's coming back. He's going to be back. Chris he's for wow. That kid is only going to be. I can't wait to see what he did. He went away to college up in Canada, up to one of the universities up there, and he's all in. So I'm excited to see where that kid's future can take him because he's going to be. He's just starting the lifting concept. He was a boy. Now you get into these colleges and you're working out. You're putting the hours in, becoming boy to man, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for that young guy. He's a great player.
He's awesome, incredibly fast. Did you
the travel time? And again, the props to his parents, and the travel time was incredible. Driving from Massachusetts and Vermont to come play, crazy. Ute.
They were coming from Mass.
Yeah, they was traveling.
Wow.
Yeah, practices. They were there. He was there. That dedication, and that's what we're looking for this year. And obviously we got to work out the bugs with the because we are going to be definitely looking to get some of these college kids. College kids played to the beginning of May, so by the time June gets here, June 1st, we're rolling. Whether it's the season starts, I want early games. How the upstate worked it last year was a great job. We were done by Placid, so that you want to know what? It didn't affect any injuries. It gave us an opportunity to have a couple weekends off or make a doubleheader. Great upstate teams that are in our division, so we all work great together. I'm excited all the way around. The end of the year is coming, and new things are getting ready to transform into what's to be. I mean, we haven't even talked really about the worlds. Boom. There's a whole nother thing coming into this, this coming year. The worlds are coming to Utica, and not just the men's, again, the women's. It's an incredible time to be in this area, watching the growth of the sport. I'm hoping that we're doing the right things. If anybody's interested in wanting to help out, we definitely are always looking for people to help us out because there's only so many times in the day, only so much time in the day. And when we're on the field, it's all hands on. As far as the Yeti, they come out and support as much as they can. The Tri-City guys, it's a great family. It's a non-for-profit. We're always looking for sponsors for both programs, for the Utica Yeti and also for the Tri-City. If anybody wants to sponsor, I'll be getting my sheets are out, and we're going to be doing some selling. Got some great ideas. We got some great opportunities this year at the Nexus Center. So those things are going to be coming around. Tri-City Lacrosse, it's a 501c3 non-for-profit. As far as we've been going on now, we're going on 40 years of existence. Or is it over 40 now? No, it's going on 41
Yeah, I was
years.
gonna say we already celebrated the 40-year.
Celebrated 40 years. As far as, we're on 41 years of building the game, and box lacrosse is now taken off, and we're going to do what we can with box lacrosse here at Tri-City and grow it, not only in the men's concept, but also the women's concept. It's got opportunity. I mean,
Yes,
we
it
have
does. So anybody who wants to know anything about lacrosse in the Utica Tri-City area, get out Tri-City Lacrosse. All of the stuff. The best way to find it all is now. How does the best way to get everybody with in touch with Tri-City is probably through the website, correct?
It is right through the website. Yeah, as far as you can click on there, as far as there's a whole bunch of different categories. It depends on what you're looking for. And if there's any questions, definitely contact me. I can get you in contact, whether it's with Andy, whether it's with Bobby Leary, whether it's with Brent Dodge, Bobby Dix, any of the guys that, with whatever you're looking for. As far as we're here to, the complex. Yeah, I've been over the complex. I was there again today, and it's an incredible complex. I want to definitely work on. It's so hard to work over at Tri-City on the field box when you have the Nexus, and it's like we have something that's ours, and we can build on it, but it's time and it's money, and we have 31 acres. You got the screen going right there. We got 31 acres. We got 6 full fields. There's our box right there. We do have a new pavilion that we had put in. We're going to hopefully someday get some power there and make it so that maybe we can get some lights, because it is nice to play lacrosse when it's a little bit cooler. When it's 95 degrees out, and it's not a great position to play goalie when it's 95 degrees. But if we can play at night, that's a nice job. But once again, if you got the Nexus Center, why do you want to play on grass when I can play on nice
Play
turf?
the turf, and it's always cool in the Nexus Center. I tell you, we were
It's
freezing during
always
parts
cool
of,
in the igloo. The
yeah,
igloo
we
is
were freezing
igloo
during
is a
parts
cool
of
place
last
to
night.
play. That's why I say it's a cool play. I don't know if anybody gets my little jig there, but it's the igloo. It's a cool place to play.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's that time of year. And Beecher, we didn't even throw our sponsors in, and we did it at the beginning.
We did it at the beginning. You want to do it again?
I want to do it. Well, let's listen. It's 9:30. We've been jamming all for the first time back in a while. You want to know what people? I haven't checked to see if people were on or if they were chatting or anything. But I want to say again, you guys looking for Yeti swag? Get to Sports or Us. Click on the link on Facebook. Get your stuff. Get your special others some Yeti swag for Christmas. And contact Nora's Candy Shop. And definitely, if you're in Rome, swing by the Ale House. And if you can, while you're in Utica, go to the Bag Square Brewery and grab yourself a nice frothy a beer. And if you really have somebody special and you want a car, swing by Master Vito Hyundai. They're a great bunch of people that do great things, great stuff. And once again, if you got some water in your basement, get a hold of Be Dry. They're a great family doing great things for this community. And you want to know what? They'll make your house nice and dry.
The Be Dry system.
The Be Dry systems.
I got the Be Dry towels, and actually the Be Dry towels saved us while I was watching Be Dry.
There's
Be
another
Dry's
little
kid
thing.
playing.
Do you see what Noecker's talking? A little thing like that. Be Dry. What makes you dry? A towel. That's why it's the Be Dry towel.
Yeah, the Be Dry
keeps you
towels, and I
dry.
tell you, they saved the day. They kept the camera gear nice. And actually,
Nice and
today
clean.
I had a pipe burst in my upstairs, and I had to use a couple of Be Dry towels to. It actually air locked, so when I poked the hole, all of a sudden, 180-degree water in my face. It was amazing. Great day.
Good stuff.
But
Beecher, great job again tonight. And you want to know what, people? We're back. We're back at it next Monday night at 8:30, correct?
8:30 next Monday night, we're gonna start doing it. Oh, there we go. We got some people in the comments here.
Oh, they
Nice
want to
guys,
talk
love all
now.
the streams of the games. Watching from the Philippines. Wow, thank you
The
very much.
Philippines.
Glad we keep your
Throughout the world. Thank
Mike,
you,
yeah.
Philippines.
Keep it going, and we appreciate the comments. We're trying it on this channel. Maybe we'll run both next week. We have a little more time to kind of get into it. But yeah, we'll go with the sponsors. Anything else you want to say before we close it out, Paul?
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Peace on
Christmas.
earth. And do me a favor, say a prayer for Israel. Hello, Yeti Nation. 2023 is here. Get down to the Bag Square Brewing Company, downtown Utica. Fay Farms, where's the beef at? Contact Jimmy Fay. Family Landscaping, make your neighbors green with envy. Contact Russ. The Black River Ale House, where the Romans go. Dura Products, who's got the pipe? Jimmy Fay's got the pipe. Contact Jimmy Fay for irrigation, drainage, pool, and spa. You building a new house, contact Jimmy Fay. He's got your stuff. The Be Dry system. Your basement's wet? Get a hold of Be Dry. Believe in 271. Nobody fights alone. Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, your local representative. George Kaler, Sales and Service. Liberty Affordable Housing. Rome Sign and Display Company. Nice Scoba. The men and women in blue, thank you for what you do. Robert Dix Insurance Agency. Contact Bobby Dix. Tri-City Lacrosse. 40 years of summer fun. Master Vito Hyundai. Contact the sales force. CRM Rental Management. The Clinton Tractor and Implement Company. Contact the Caledonia